so excited to be talking to each of them today. So I will kind of cut straight to the chase really and introduce the panel to you and then talk a little bit about what we're going to cover today. So welcome to each of our panellists this afternoon. I have, let's go from left to right. Dr. Samara Linton. Dr. Linton is an award-winning writer and multidisciplinary content producer. Her work includes Diane Abbott, The Authorized Biography, and The Colour of Madness, Mental Health and Race in Technicolor. After graduating from the University of Cambridge and University College London, Samara worked as a junior doctor in East London. In 2019, she was one of 6 applicants selected for the BBC Production Trainee Scheme and went on to work in the Audio Science Unit as an assistant producer for several BBC World Service and Radio 4 programmes. Welcome, Samara. Kehinde Andrews is the UK's first Professor of Black Studies at Birmingham City University, where he led the establishment of the first Black Studies programme in Europe, the chair of the Haramaby Organisation of Black Unity, and editor-in-chief of Make It Plain. He is the author of Back to Black, retelling Black radicalism for the 21st century and the new age of empire, how racism and colonialism still rule the world, and, if we can just show this as well, his latest, The Psychosis of Whiteness. Welcome, Kehinde. And then we have Chloe Pierre, who is the Black female founder of Thyself, which she was inspired to launch in October 2018 after struggling to find a space that resonated to her within wellness. Chloe's mission is to make wellness more approachable and accessible to the people that its origins are derived from. Chloe started her career working in fashion PR and over the last decade has expanded her experience into marketing, where she now serves as digital marketing consultant for some of the biggest global brands, including Nike, Jordan, the BBC and H&M. Take Care is her debut book. Welcome to all of you. Well, my name is Vimbai Shiri, and I come from an editorial background. I'm currently an independent editor and have edited several books within this current discourse. I'm also currently interim director of the Caine Prize for African Writing. And I really come to this conversation today from a place of curiosity and also great admiration for all 3 of you in terms of your work and your body of work and the issues that you tackle within your work, but also curiosity about how the different strands of what you write about intersect and how relevant they are for us as Black people and people of colour. So I think the first thing that I'd love to kind of dive right in and ask about is a little bit about your journeys towards getting published. And I know a couple of you have, you know, a body of work behind you now, but as we're talking about structures and mental health, I think it'd be good to dive into some of the stories behind why you felt the need to write or put together the books that you have done, and kind of how they tie into mental health. So maybe should we start with you? Samara, would you like to weigh in?
Sure. Hi everyone, Samara here. So I guess my journey started, I moved to the UK when I was 7 from Jamaica with my family, and I went to Cambridge, which was obviously an amazing achievement, but my experiences there really negatively affected my mental health, and for the first time I kind of had to grapple with what it meant to have a mental health diagnosis and to interact with the mental health system. At the same time I was studying medicine and was learning about mental health from a psychiatric perspective in the I guess, very Western psychiatric perspective, and was trying to reconcile what I was learning in lectures with kind of my own experiences. And that kind of led me to do my own independent research and put on events and invite speakers who could kind of speak to this area. And throughout my kind of studies, I'd always done a lot of like blogging and journaling and kind of writing in that way. And one day, my co-author, so I wrote this book with Rihanna Walcott, who is now assistant professor, Rihanna Walcott, and she had come to me saying, I've got this opportunity to put a book together on mental health. She'd followed my journey online for a while, and she said, but I can't do this on my own, I want to do it with you. And we kind of took the opportunity to do this collaborative piece of work together. And it's a collection of stories, art, poetry, essays, written by people of colour in the UK who have some kind of connection to mental health, however defined. And yeah, putting this together was really more of an attempt to fill a gap that I felt was very evident in publishing, a gap that was affecting my personal life and the life of my loved ones. And I guess that was kind of what got me into the publishing journey, and it's taken many twists and turns since then.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a professor by trade. I get paid to do it, I guess. But there's a real big difference between academic writing and writing for pleasure, I guess. I'm trying to be polite and say, look, academic writing is really boring and it's really dry. And so, I started out writing more academically, and then very quickly wanted to change because it's so dry. And I now can't really read academic stuff, which is ironic because I'm a professor, right? And so I kind of switched very clearly. I started writing for Guardian and doing different kinds of writing. And then Back to Black, actually, which I did the launch here for years and years and years ago, it has a different tone to it. And actually when I tried to get published by Penguin originally, they told me that Back to Black was too black. The actual feedback was it's too black, which I took positively because I was like, it is very black, right? It's a black, it's a black book. But this is when you think about publishing, and a lot of the places we're in, professorship or whatever it is, they're really, really, really white. And it can have a toll on your mental health, which is actually one of the messages of this book, Psychosis of Whiteness, is, well, how do you survive those kind of things, right? So actually, the too black thing, I took it as a compliment, but I very much could have took it very differently, right? Because there are so many barriers that we have to go through, and part of trying to write this book was to say, how do you best navigate those barriers? It really is to understand that you're not the problem, the system's the problem. So when Penguin tell me it's too black, that's not really telling me anything about me, that's telling me about the publishing, right? And I think that is the message of this book, is to say, look, there's so many things you're gonna if you don't laugh, you'll cry, right? And that's the best way to navigate some of this stuff sometimes, is to see through what it is. And it sounds a bit bad to say, but just kind of expect the madness, because you know it's going to come.
I can really resonate. Hi everyone, my name is Chloe. I do have a background which is marketing based. I never